Brown.
We got a nice long break after this.
Row 2 on the outside, Kiko Porto, a former USF 2000 champion, the number 12, starting in the 4th position for D-Force Racing. Watch for Porto to work his way forward, and Michael D'Orlando as well. Struck up podium finish yesterday in the number 1, last year's USF 2000 champion. So row 2, the last 2 USF 2000 champions, starting 3rd and 4th respectively. 20 in the field, 2 on the front row. It'll be Francesco Pizzi, the Italian for TJ Speed, in that number 55 machine. Watch for him to put his head down and try to lead coming out of turn number 1. But the driver looking to turn the entire weekend around, Michael, Miles Rowe for Force Indy and Pass Racing. The number 99 starting on the pole, your point leader coming in with the 30 series races. All 4 races on the podium, 3rd in round number 1. And have the luxury of bringing 15th in the final. The last race was 15 laps. This is 25. There's extra 10 laps. What does that mean for these drivers? Well, number 1, first and foremost, you think about the fact that you're going to see some tire wear. Obviously, you know, they're going to go through these Coopers a little more horsepower, more weight, as we had said as well. So they're going to use those tires. There's going to be some tire management. It also, and Michael, we talked about this before, it gives these drivers maybe a little more time, a little more patience to be able to work their way forward. It's not so urgent to get to the front. You can start at the tail of the field. The driver from the back, like a Joel Graham Force, can work his way forward slowly. If he's got the race car, he's going to be able to get there. If he gets a yellow grid opportunity to potentially press that reset button to try to find his way back to the podium.
I can tell you one thing, I guarantee you this one thing. We will not see rain in this race today. Sun is actually out, and beautiful morning here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Field making their way through the south end of the course right now, through turn number 10. And then they'll make their way through turn number 11. The USF Pro 2000. Again, I'm Michael Young with Greg Rakestraw, the voice of this series. Rob Houghton joins us in the public address booth, expecting fireworks down in turn number 1. Again, the USF Pro 2000. Looking forward to this start.
Yeah, I would say that the 2 drivers on the front row may be 2 of the most aggressive we have in this series. Miles Rowe is always going to go for the gap. Pizzi's the same way. This is the guy that will make a move. And you're going to see some excitement here when they work their way down into turn number 1. If that's where you've decided to start the day, up on the mounds or up in the grandstands, get ready. This is going to be a good one. They'll come out of turn number 13. We'll line them up onto the front straightaway, and it will be Miles Rowe who will have control as the pole sitter. Fastest lap of the race yesterday. Gave him the pole for race number 2. A pretty quick run into turn 14. They're rolling some speed out here onto the front straightaway. Indeed. Green. Racing down. Through the chicane as well. I believe that might have been Ushijima maybe, and potentially one of the turn 3 cars as well, Jonathan Brown or Jackson Lee. So they'll have to see the position for sure. One driver spun, that's Miles Rowe.
Yep.
Miles Rowe has spun coming into turn number 7. He's out in the grass. He's got it fired and is going to come back onto the racetrack, so he will be crossed his fingers for a potential yellow sometime through. Pole sitter has trouble going to turn 7 for the first time. This is a weekend that has not gone well for the point leader, Miles Rowe.
Made that left-hander into turn number 7 and just had the car snap on and ended up in that grass. He will fall to last place in this running order. Still plenty of time to make up some ground, but that was a huge mistake for Miles Rowe.
He comes in with a pretty solid lead. is now your leader. Pizzi, D'Orlando, Porto, Ushijima, and Miller were the top 5 last time by the stripe. And here we look at the battle further back as Miller trying to find a way by Kiko Porto. More racing deeper in the field as well as Denmark getting in there. We're going to have a replay, folks, of what we saw there. We're not going to get a lot of it. There's the replay. Driver off the racetrack.
Seventh like he missed the turn. I would have liked to see it come in. It's almost like he hit that apex right there. I think the lights just might have went off track, and he had to take the whole car off track.
Let's see that replay again if we get a chance. We'll come back to action. I want to see that replay, that and run down into turn number 7. We'll get a better look at it. Let's have a look at that again if we can. We'll get them to re-rack that. We'll come back at it. Yep.
Well, Pizzi will bring the field down that front straightaway. Michael D'Orlando there.
He'll be able to get back to the tail of the field. Another driver falling back as well. The number 4, Mascoto, is all the way to Charles Finelli in the 83. So a couple of different drivers potentially off the racetrack here. This is turn number 7. Can't see anything for Brewer at this point.
She might have been in the same place that Miles Rowe was.
Yeah, there we are here. Yep.
She's on the inside of the track. And then Finelli is on the north end. Maybe contact coming out of turn number 11, and he might have hit the outside retaining wall.
No, there's Finelli. He's already behind the wall.
He's behind the wall.
So that'll be it for Charles Finelli and his trip to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He is done. Brewer with the issue over in turn number 7. So, wow. A little bit of excitement, Michael, to start things off. We have our pole sitter, Miles Rowe, looking for redemption. Trouble, he goes to the tail of the field, but able to work his way back forward.
Well, Ushijima started P10. He's now in 3rd. Grand Force started 18th and now in the top 10, running in that 10th position.
And did we not talk about Grand Force? You want to put those spots Salvador de Alba. Jackson Lee, who started 9th, runs 8th. Jonathan Brown in 9th, and Joel Granforce, as we talked about, from deep in the field now up into the top 10.
We talk about Ushijima going from 10th to 3rd, made a big move, and that was all when the Miles Rowe incident was unfolding. He got around Kiko Porto and the north end of the track, and I'm guessing turns 2 and 3, that first portion of the course, because Porto let him in, and then Ushijima got around him somewhere in there, and of course all our focus went to Miles Rowe and his off.
Driver into the pits right now, Ricardo Scotto into the pits with front wing damage, so we'll see what happens with the Scotto here. The number 81 of Nick Montiero's into the pits as well.
Boy, the highs and lows of Scotto yesterday with a win, and now issues in this race.
We'll see if they're able to get him back out before he loses a lap, though, because he's still on the lead lap, as is Montero, so you know they're going to be working as hard as they can to get him back out. It looks like they're still taking some time to work on the car of the 93 of Lindsay Brewer. Tough for Lindsay. She had a really good run, almost into the top 10 yesterday. Not sure what happened to Lindsay Brewer. She is, of course, falling down the order. So both Finelli and Brewer essentially out of this race right now. 18 drivers remain of the 20 who started, but a good jump for Pizzi to be able to take advantage of the issues that happened with Miles Rowe. Take that lead right now. They're aggressively challenged by D'Orlando.
We enjoyed the USF 2000 race. We started 14th, now up to P6, so 8 positions up for Jace.
Well, if not mistaken, at the end of that run, we asked him how good he was going to be. He was going to be the hard charger, right? He said he'd see if he could do that for us. So right now, he is...
it's clearly for us, is why...
100% that's what this is for. Yeah. And I feel honored about that.
Right.
Jace, the great young man. I'll tell you this. So I had Jace, after a big win at Road America, he joined me in the booth there for the final race of the weekend at Road America. And then going for the championship in Portland, He got together with his teammates. It was a wild battle between Miles Rowe, Michael D'Orlando, and James Denmark for the championship going into that race. Pack races looked like they were going to be able to win the championship. They ended up taking each other out of the race here. But to be right there and have him kind of showing you what I was doing, what I needed to do.
I saw him holding him, and I'm like, okay, he's going to hold him.
It was unbelievably cool.
I can't imagine that you would need any assistance driving a car at your age, but always, you know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but clearly that's wrong.
Always learning, always learning.
That's right.
And again, at a track like that, temporary circuit that was at the Rio Hotel, the Supercars USA Super Nationals was the event. And I had a fantastic time. Someone's just pulled off here, coming down 7. Who is that who's pulled off the side of the racetrack? That could potentially be Jackson Lee.
Looks like he just moved to the back of the hell. He's off.
Yeah, he is off the track. I think that may potentially be Jackson Lee off and turn, or between 6 and 7 on the Holman Boulevard to the...
Yeah, we certainly won't be able to go. Yeah, we certainly won't be able to go green. It is indeed Jackson Lee.
I saw him.
Oh, what a shame. Jackson was having a good run. It showed really impressive speed throughout the last couple of days here at IMS.
And he was running 8th at the time during this caution, so started 9th, I believe.
That's a shame. Jackson, of course, coming in here. This is one of the big races for him. Obviously, working their tail off to find the money and the budget to be able to continue to run here in USF Pro 2000. This is the race, right? This is the home race. Of course, as we know, Jackson's father, Kevin Lee, on NBC Sports, has been in this booth many, many times before, part of the IndyCar Radio Network as well. A noted and a highly esteemed journalist and broadcaster. His young son, of course, loving racing like so many did. Grew up at Newcastle Motorsports Park and karting before jumping into F1600 racing and then into the USF 2000 program. Just a good run overall. The takeaway from this weekend for Jackson Lee will just be the speed and moving on the short run. We'll be in the top 10. Departure of Lee. Grant Force goes up into 9th. So Grant Force started 18th. He split the difference, Michael, up into 9th position for Joel Grant Force. Watch for him to be super aggressive in that number 92. And Christian Weir now as well works his way into the top 10. So Weir started in 7th, fell back outside the top 10, but he'll press the reset and slide himself into 10th at the start of this one. And how about Rowe? 15th. He needed that yellow in a huge way. After that off over in turn number 7, put him way back, and we got green to Checkered would have been unbelievably damaging. This is very big for him. 30-point lead coming in after winning 3 straight races. So even though he finished 18th yesterday, the cushion he had already developed was enough for him. And indeed turning things around. We'll see what he's able to do now from 15th with this yellow. And fortunately for Miles Rowe, we already have 5 cars out, so that'll allow him to start at the rear of the field in that 15th position. But a huge mistake. Points leader Miles Rowe in turn number 7 had an off, fell to the back of the field. There you see Jackson Lee's car being, looks like it's under power, or has he just got a little momentum from that toe? Oh, he looks like he's driving it.
Yeah.
Getting word from one of my spotters that potentially there was contact for Lindsey Brewer from the tail, so that might have been a Scoto. You think about him coming in for a wing change? Yep. For a wing change, maybe he got into the back of Lindsey Brewer. Scoto did start behind. We are going to go green flag this time by, so it will be the Italian, Francesco Pizzi, for TJ Speed in that white number 55 that will lead them. And again, restarting P1 is so tough here in Indianapolis. It's such a long run down into turn number 1. Watch these drivers get at it. There's a little contact here. Jack William Miller's lost a wing. One driver poked out, and Jack William Miller has lost the front wing.
Jonathan Brown will move to that third position. Almost as if Pizzi got a bad start out of 14 because we had the field spread about 3 wide before they even got out of that turn.
Oh, there's contact as well. A couple drivers together coming through. They both tried to go to the outside of the chicane, and we got full course yellow again. And I want to say that might have been a Scotto and Garg, I think, got together coming. They weren't able to get through the chicane. We'll look at that replay a little later. A lot of chaos, and there's the wing of Jack William Miller on the front straightaway. Miller just got checked up there. As they came out, I think one of the reasons why is normally when you're on a restart like that, you're going to get on the throttle on a 13, right? You're going to get on it quickly. He waited and waited, and you can see a couple drivers popped out, and Miller got caught up in that one. Okay, so here's the restart.
Right, so Pizzi has the field in tow, and everybody, oh, who's that flying on the outside? Caught Jack.
That was De Alba.
So the Alba came from like 8th to the lead.
Yeah, they're going to look at that, I think. He got a big jump. Unless the green flag was flying, because the Alba just got on the throttle, went around the outside. If the green flag is flying, he's going to take the lead down in here. So that was the Alba and then Grand Force. Both those drivers, those exclusive Autosport drivers, taking full advantage. If indeed the green flag had come out, and then here's the issue here. Watch these drivers further back. Nowhere to go. Escoto's trying to go to the outside. And yeah, indeed, one of the D-Force cars was there as well, and they just made contact coming on the right side of the chicane.
Yeah, he hit that chicane, got the curve, he got in the air, he had to control that car. Yeah, that was fun.
So De Alba either jumped that or saw the green flag and beat everybody else to the green flag. And then of course, Grand Force had a great run there as well. So, wow. Okay, let's step back and take a breath. Because De Alba is your leader on the racetrack. Grand Force is in second. Jonathan Brown goes up into third. Christian Weaker, who is 10th, goes to fourth. Jace Denmark in fifth, the Orlando sixth, and there they are going to work right now. Joey Vallone going to work on that number 40 machine, trying to get that new front wing on there for Jack William Miller. And again, Miller was trying to do the same thing. He was trying to jump. Nowhere to go.
Missing 7th. Who's in 8th?
Miles Rowe.
Miles Rowe jumped from 15th to 8th on that restart.
So, yeah, again, that was really just a chain reaction of everything that was happening there with the fact that Pizzi was so slow coming onto the restart. Normally, he would punch on with the green flag and flown, everybody's going. They're up to truck. When you're coming out of that corner, you're looking at the flag and you're looking for your spot. Wow. So, yeah, Alba Grand Force, Missing in 7th, Rowe 8th, Pizzi in 9th. He restarts and goes all the way back to 9th. I'm so surprised he didn't get on the throttle earlier. And Ushijima in 10th. So 1st, 2nd, and 3rd go back to 9th, 6th, and 10th. That just was not the restart they were looking for.
Wasn't expecting that at all. A reminder to all of you fans here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Indianapolis 500 champion, his final run, the final chapter, autograph session with TK, Tony Kanaan this Saturday, today, 1 to 3 in the Pagoda Plaza. Say hello to TK, wish him all the best in what could be, still some doubts in some people's minds, his final Indianapolis 500.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of interviews with TK. He's talking about the fact that this will be the last one. Well, unless I get an amazing opportunity, right?
I remember last last year. He came by and was waving to the fans, saluting the fans. To ride for McLaren and potentially his last Indianapolis 500. If he could win, my goodness, what a story that would be.
So Jack William Miller, they were able to get that new wing on. He is on the lead lap still, so he'll be 15th position. And we still have a long way to go. Remember, we're only working lap number 9 right now of 25. I hoped, we talked about the fact that USF 2000 was kind of chaotic, and of course these older drivers with more experience were going to show us how it's done.
Show patience, virtue, and we've got anything but. So the AMR IndyCar safety vehicle.
We've got workers down on the driver's left again, Michael, as they come out of turns number 5 and 6. So I'm not sure who that potentially is or what's going on down there, but we do have some service vehicles on the racetrack on the exit of that chicane 5 and 6.
Unless they're still cleaning up that incident, those cars finally came to a rest there at the exit of turn number 6.
I will say the start is indeed under review, so the race directors will have a look at that and find out whether or not there was a jump potentially for some of the drivers, how many guys potentially jumped. As Pete, we talked about, just did not accelerate. But again, it's normally his opportunity to get out on the throttle first coming into the restart zone.
So we had Pete in the lead. Ushijima was running 3rd. Kiko Porto was 4th. Ushijima falls to 10th. Porto 12th. Unbelievable. And Pete, as you said, is 9th. So we have our top 3-4 drivers fall all the way back to the field.
D'Orlando's the worst damage at 6th, but he was 2nd. Right, good point. So, De Alba either brilliant stroke and got the call that the green flag came out, or was just jumping, trying to get the advantage there. He obviously rolled around the outside of everything.
Well, one would think with the field in tow, Pete just had a bad start. For everybody to just jump him like that and get to the middle portion of the field. Let's watch it again. So there you see Pete, and it just looks like he's slow, and he just bottlenecks everybody up. He's still not into the throttle, so everybody's
So if indeed that's what's probably trying to gap so he gets a good run at the back of the field.
You know what happened last time he took the wing off.
Miller was obviously on the throttle as well. That's how he got into the back of him. So,
well, Brian Howard in the flag stand. We could potentially look at Brian and say, "Hey, did you have the green flag out or not?" And we get a quick answer.
You got a cell phone number? Give him a call.
We'll give him a call.
Let's find out.
We'll get an answer quickly.
Yeah.
So the field making their way through turn number 7 now, still sorting out that restart, and then a collision coming out of turns 5 and 6 in the switchback.
They haven't reset anything. It's still De Alba out front, so it leads me to believe that potentially the green flag did come out, Pizza just did not go, and we'll see what happens if the pace car dumps on off and we're getting ready to go racing once again. De Alba and Grand Force 1-2. They started back in 12th and 18th respectively, so it's gone their way thus far. De Alba, Grand Force, Brown, Weir, and Denmark, top 5.
So we have extremely fast cars now in the middle of the field, and De Alba will bring them down. Pace car peels off, and the field starts to make their way through that left-hander of turn number 13.
If I'm De Alba, I'm getting on the throttle now.
Exactly.
He's again.
Gone.
Indeed he is. He's on the throttle already. Watch him roll out onto the straightaway indeed. On the throttle quickly. Grand Force right there, his teammate. Big run down the straightaway. Here comes the 32 of Weir. Potentially into the side of Weir, the 32, coming out of turn number 1. We'll see whether or not there's any damage there, but they'll work their way now through. Everybody trying to cycle through. Indeed, they do. And there's Miles Rowe getting aggressive coming forward as well. Wow. What a start. Back to green flag racing. 10 laps down and 15 to go. Michael, here they come into turn 7.
We go 3 wide back in that 5th, 6th position, but D'Alba certainly will lead this field. Lots of tire smoke as they brake heavily into turn number 7. Everybody clean through.
Oh, look at the contact there. That's Christian Weir going at it with Michael D'Orlando coming out of 8 through 9 and over to 10. And this is when things get crazy, obviously, during a restart, right? You're packed back up again. They haven't stretched out enough yet. Now he's a big fight. D'Orlando, I think, has his elbows up, as does Weir. Weir does not want to give up what he was able to get on that restart. Moved up to P4, so his elbows are up. He hasn't shown the speed to run in the top 5. That's why he's having to elbow it up right now, because he is getting aggressively moved. And here comes Montiero potentially back into pit lane. Yeah, look, watch Weir. He's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack. Full defense mode for Weir. Oh, contact there again. D'Orlando. As he gets shuffled a bit there by one of the Che Howard cars. That would be probably Ushijima. Wow. And look at D'Orlando, way outside. He is slowing like there could be some damage. Yeah, look at that car's crabbing. He's got a broken, I want to say, right rear.
I was watching Miles Rowe. He was able to get himself up to that 8th position. Miles to the inside, trying to take that position. And he'll remain in that 8th position.
So bad luck. Michael D'Orlando here after winning the championship last year. It was unbelievable. He's literally going to hardly be able to make the corner. He's going to try to get it back here. Let's have a look at that replay coming through. As I said, the contact between he and I believe Weir coming through the corner. No, it was Ushijima. So Ushijima's the blue car a little further back. D'Orlando's going to go to the outside. Pizzi and Weir side by side to the inside. Now watch Ushijima. He's going to get a better run from that second row on the inside. D'Orlando's going to be on the outside. Here comes Ushijima coming through at big contact. And there's the broken right rear. USF 2000 champion D'Orlando has just not had the luck at all. Good finish on the podium yesterday. Goes all for naught here in the back end of the doubleheader. So I'll tell you who's coming forward. Miles Rowe, you talked about.
Oh yeah, Weir, Pizzi, and Rowe are all there together. You'll see them come to the view right there. They're 3 wide. Now Rowe goes to the outside. Pizzi will go to the inside, try to get around Weir.
And we'll look for the over-under potentially coming from Rowe. Grand Force takes the lead from D'Alba, so the Swede has gone to P1. We're watching this crazy battle for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and Joel Grand Force in the Corpay exclusive Autosport number 92 has gone to P1.
Action all throughout this field. What an amazing pass for Grand Force over Salvador D'Alba. Chase Denmark in that 3rd position.
That Corpay car, one of my favorites, metallic black.
Watching that battle for the 5th position, Weir and Miles Rowe.
Shout out to Jordan Missick as well, as he's right behind those 2 TJ Speed cars. He's got his teammate coming up behind him as well. Here's a battle here we saw before. This is Miles Rowe going at it with Christian Weir. See if we get the over-under. Rowe, very nice over-under, but can he complete it? You got to get to the apex. Yes, he's not able to get to the outside. Again, when you're making that inside move, you almost have to see the position. Unless you're alongside that driver, you just simply can't pinch him down. He's going to he's going to try to get that car to get out to the apex, and then of course out to the outside of turn number 4.
Yeah, Miles tried to force that issue. Yeah. Probably should have been a little more patient, but he's making such a great charge. Thought he'd try to gain a position there.
Does have some cushion in the championship, as we know. 30-point lead coming in, trying to recover from what was the GB3 series, a very talented young Swedish driver. We've had a lot of great Swedes coming through this USF Pro Championship program, and he's going to be the next one. A very talented driver looking for that first win. And this is a track. It's nice to get it done here because there's so much racing still to go. Michael, you get that first win, you get that momentum going for the rest of the season. This will be huge for Joel Grandforce.
Just an update on Jackson. Mechanical issues with that car, and as you said, Rob, unfortunate for that young man.
Yeah, Deer Orlando, Scotto, Lee, Brewer, and Finelli all out of the race. 15 drivers remain, only 14 on the lead lap. You go back to Kiko Poro in 13th and Bashoy Guard in a 14th spot. Good fighting up front. In fact, a couple of TJ Speed drivers going at it here as well. That is Christian Weir, P5. Your pole sitter, Francesco Pizzi, trying to see if he can recover after that. He's gone back up into the 8th spot. Remember, he, again, on that restart, he was sitting there at P3. And again, when you're Deer Orlando, you're Ushijima behind Pizzi, you're waiting for him, like you're waiting for him to go. You're looking at his gearbox. And everybody else is able to take advantage of it.
All kinds of battling in the back here. Pizzi and Rowe. There's Weir and Pizzi.
Spot. Here comes Ushijima and missing on the action as well. So this is a pretty good battle here right now. We're looking probably 6th back to 10th. Almost 11th, because Jack William Miller looking to get in there as well in the Miller and Terry Motorsports number 40.
Yeah, Weir was ahead of Pizzi, and I think Rowe made the attack on the inside, and those two went, and I think Weir stayed to the outside. We'll see as they cycle back through. That was the battle for the 6th position.
Transmission, but take a look at 3-2 white.
Jordan missing in there as well. Watch him try to come through. Missing's going to cut the course. He's going to have to go back behind. So Missing went to the outside, not able to get through the 5-6 chicane. He's going to have to give that up and get back behind Ushijima. Or risk of 30 seconds. But anytime you load the tire up like that aggressively, it's going to want to start walking.
Here's the replay.
Big run down the straightaway, as we know that the toe, the draft, so big. But this is a lunge from way back.
Wait till he pops out at the 300-foot marker and locks him up.
That's a huge lockup too. He dragged that tire for 100 or so yards. That is, This is getting hectic at the end of this one.
I think that was the same position that Miles Rowe tried to force the issue last time, wasn't able to get alongside here. That time he was able to.
Deeper, he's a little farther forward in turn number 2, and even with some more contact, he was able to hold on to it. I think trouble again for Jack William Miller. Not sure what happened to him, but he has fallen deeper in the field. Being told that Michael D'Orlando back on the racetrack, they were able to get the right rear of that machine repaired. He got him backed out, which is a good idea because you've got a bunch of drivers who are falling back. So potential for D'Orlando to scrap a couple more points. Montiero back in here, the number 81 machine, and there is some.
He's got Pizzi on the move now, right behind him, but he has been warned for blocking.
And guess who has the fastest lap right now? Miles Rowe. That thing is flying. The Force Indy Pats racing machine, point leader coming into the weekend.
Alpha relevant.
Indeed. Nicholas Montier, the Neo Tech number 81. Brand new team in the series. And there you go. Gone down pit lane. Left rear failure of the tire from front-lengly contact. That tire debeated itself. I'm going to assume, they'll bring him in, get the quick jack out, try to get another tire on and get him back out on track.
I would imagine that happened when we were watching that battle with Miles Rowe and Weir. We saw that quickly happen. They were 2-3 wide behind them, and that's potentially where Jack cut that tire down.
Tough weekend at the home race for Jack William Miller. Of course, led it for a time yesterday. Kind of taking control, as you had said, turning good lap times, 1:22.9s. Not many drivers in 1:22.9s. In fact, Grant Force just turned the fastest lap. So Grant Force now the fastest driver on the race. Like only he and Rowe below the 1:23 mark. So not only is he out front, he's out front on merit. The pace is there for Joel Grant Force. Joel Grant Force to a Louis Foster last year. Both drivers had great success in the GB3 series over in Europe, formerly British F3, GB3. Joel finished second in the last year. When Louis Foster came over here last year, and ultimately winning a championship of exclusive with John Hayes as the engineer, it took Louis a couple of races to get a feel for the Cooper tires. He said he just needed to get a feel for how to maximize them in qualifying and how to really run them over a race distance. Once again, there's your lead for Grant Force over his teammate Salvador De Alba. So
1.8 seconds. Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job.
And the pace is there. The outright pace is there. Ushijima just got below the 123s as well. 122. And potentially closing up on Pizzi. That could be a battle we're going to see maybe for 7th position for Reese Ushijima. His turnaround weekend for sure at the start of this season.
If he has any tires left, he'll use up every last bead on those Cooper tires.
He will.
So we're Pizzi, Ushijima. They're all running together. That's the battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Other than that, the rest of the field has pretty much checked out. No real battles. Grant Force makes his way out of 14. Then De Alba about 2 seconds behind him now. That's what the watch right there.
this year, and a talented young man, well-spoken as well. You and I had him in the booth yesterday. Again, a fantastic young driver.
I am well impressed with Ushijima's maintenance of those tires and care he's taken. I would have figured he would have flat spotted that right front, and
he's showing his ability on that brake pedal, right? Because you really want to do that threshold braking, but once you've locked up a tire and flat spotted it, it always wants to grab that flat spot. So he's obviously being very ginger on the brakes. He's still turning good lap times, down to a 23 flat as well. For Rhys Ushijima, those last time by, a couple of tenths quicker than Pete. He's got down to 0.4 of a second. Laps winding down for sure, but there's an opportunity that Ushijima could go battling on Pete. We know that he'll lunge some deep if he has to, so we'll watch stuff coming down the front straight and see what happens. A rough lap there for Miles Rowe. You brought it up 24.3, a second off the pace that last lap.
Yeah, he had a big advantage over Weir, and it's just all of a sudden Weir's closed it up within about 10 car lengths.
That's the battle there for the final position of the podium as well.
To the outside of Pizzi will not be able to make, but they still continue that battle through turn number 9 and 10.
Yeah, that one's going to go down to the wire. Pizzi, a little bit of an issue there coming through turn number 9. Car got a little bit wild on him coming through, had a ton of wheel into it. And that's because he's getting pressured, right? When you're getting somebody on you that aggressively, you're going to potentially make a little mistake here and there. Rhys Ushijima all over him. This is going to be the opportunity now. He's going to get a really good run out of 13. And again, they're making Pizzi work for it. Look at this. Look at the inside. That is missing around the outside. What a pass for Jordan Missy. Can he finish it? I think he does. Jordan Missy around the outside. Turn number 7.
Wow, what a great pass by Jordan Missy. He'll take that advantage 3 car lengths now through turn number 10.
So Rhys Ushijima goes from battling Pizzi for 7th to now back to 9th position.
I'm going to just watch here so I can see if there's anything else.
For Jordan Missy, can he be the guy now that chases down Francesco Pizzi? With just a couple laps to go through the infield section of this track, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The Swedish pilot looking for the look at that, Michael. That's exactly what you want as a driver. Give me some push, I'll hit my marks, and we're going to go to victory lane.
This is Scandinavian type weekend. We got David Swede on the front row for the IndyCar race, and the Swede potentially bringing it home here at the USF Pro 2000 race number 2.
Through the final couple of corners. It's been a rough start for this young driver here in 2023, but things are about to change.
Checkered flag is out.
In the second race of USF Pro 2000 Indianapolis, it's your red horse, Prix. control for him. Obviously, the issues he had yesterday, finishing